Hi everyone, this is Heather Lautinen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 446. Today we are talking about marketing, and I see photographers making this particular marketing mistake, so I want to talk about it today. But what happens is a lot of photographers will have everything perfect on their Facebook account and their Instagram, and they'll be posting and they'll have stories and they're engaging and they're connecting all over the place on the interwebs. Yet they're not really getting any clients, or this type of social media marketing just doesn't seem to be moving the needle for them. And I have said this before, you cannot underestimate the power of connection with people. It's the personal connection that you make with people that will make the difference in your business, and you cannot achieve that on the interwebs. So what I'm talking about here, I always say this, I always point outside to my sidewalk and I always say, this is about feet on the pavement. This is getting out physically and meeting people. You cannot sit behind your computer and expect to be able to connect with people in a way that's meaningful. Absolutely, it's important for them to get to know you. So they get to know you by the things that you post and share, and that's vitally important because people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. But I am talking about feet on the pavement marketing, and that is getting out in your community, or if you're a wedding photographer, meeting with all of the different types of vendors and creating connection and relationships. Now, this doesn't mean creating connections and relationships directly with potential clients, although that is important. I'm talking about connection and relationships with literally everybody you meet. Everybody you meet you should be remarkable enough that they remember you. You have to be memorable. If you're forgettable, then how would anybody remember you? Okay, and how are they going to tell their friends, hire this photographer, I met this photographer, or she or he is amazing? Okay, so I have a book recommendation for you. It's called The Power of Who. You already know Everyone You Need to Know by Bob Beaudine. This is one of my all-time favorite books. Pick it up and read it, and remember that marketing, yes, marketing is awareness. Marketing is also connection. I know that my wedding business soared because of all of the connections that I made in the industry. I was just super friendly and serving to all of the vendors. Anybody that I meet, how can I help you? What can I do to serve you? Can I get you these images? I would make connections anywhere and everywhere I went constantly. And it wasn't because marketing was on the forefront of my mind. It was because I honestly like people. I like people. I like getting to know them and connecting with them. Marketing involves a personal connection. You have to connect with others. You just can't expect that you can do that from behind your machine and get clients, because people are the one that serve as catalysts to your business. And by definition, a catalyst is something that speeds up the process, sometimes exponentially. So you could be getting a few clients. You could be doing a phenomenal job on Facebook and Instagram and getting some engagement, and that looks great, and you're still not getting clients. And that's because you are not putting enough emphasis on feet on the pavement marketing, getting out into your community and meeting people, getting involved in community groups, getting involved in your church, just making your presence known, serving, helping, volunteering, shooting, assisting, whatever, just meeting people. This is all about connection with people, creating a connection with people. Again, I'm not specifically saying that you're going out and you are connecting directly with your ideal clients. I'm talking about connecting with humankind, anyone and everyone, so that they get to know you and they know what you're about and you are memorable. Because when you're memorable, they'll say, oh, I remember I met this person and she's a photographer, and didn't you say you needed a photographer, and didn't you say you were getting married? And that connection speeds everything up. I 100% attribute my success to this factor: feet on the pavement, meeting people, connecting, my personality, being friendly, serving. That's what exploded my business. If you do not believe me, go look at my first few weddings, because the photos are terrible. So nobody was hiring me because I had this amazing work. I did not. It's possible that they were hiring me because I was cheap, because I was, but I don't think that was it. I think it was because people got the message that I genuinely cared about them and what was important to them. You have to connect with people. So If you are an introvert and this concerns you, you can still be an introvert and meet and talk with people and still have your alone time. It is okay. There are photographers out there that are very successful that are introverts. So I don't want to hear that as an excuse. I do want to make a differentiation, however, between being introverted and being shy, because shy people starve. If you are not speaking, then how are you connecting with anyone ever? That makes it very, very challenging. Brittany says, you are the queen of connecting with clients. Thank you. I go out of my way. I read my bookshelves. I know you just see a small portion of that. I have bookshelves in here. I have bookshelves all through my basement, hundreds, thousands of books that I read, all about psychology and connecting with people and making them my number one rule. I say this in the Flourish Academy. I say this in my personal life. I say it to my kids. The number one rule is to leave people better than you found them. And that means you have to get to know people and connect with them. So if you're an introvert and you're like, well, I'm just not that talkative. This is not about you being talkative. This is about connection. And connection is asking questions and letting the other person speak. And then you develop that relationship. So you can be an introvert and this can work, but I don't have a lot of tolerance for shy, because shy people starve, but you can push yourself to do things beyond what you think you're capable of. And if the story you've got is that you're shy and you can't do it, then nothing I say is ever going to convince you otherwise, because that's what you believe. I can't help you. You have to believe that even if you're an introvert, you can do this. And I consider myself an extrovert, but barely, because being around people too much does exhaust me. And I like to kind of come home and go into my space and have a moment to myself. So it might be exhausting, but it's something that you can do. I want you to comment. And let me know some ways that you can connect with people, or what you're going to do differently to connect with people. You could have all the flashy, beautiful Instagram stories in the world. If you do not put your feet on that pavement and get out and physically meet people and make connections, you will not grow in your business. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.